Standing on the porch in the night, thinking how we used to be way back in time. In time. Barefoot on the grass, open skies. I can feel it every time I close my eyes. My eyes, yeah. Can you remember when we were young and free?
Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. So I was finally at a point where I felt like I could actually do a thorough cleaning on the house. I will say though, this did take 3 days between just still trying to take it easy, but also, let's be honest, I spend a good 4 to 8 hours a day feeding a newborn. This definitely takes a little bit longer, but I was so thrilled to be able to get a really good cleaning done on this house. You guys know me, like, I thrive in a clean, tidy, and organized space. Even though I may not love cleaning, I thrive when things are clean, so this just felt so good. On day one, I wanted to work in the area that I feel like affects me personally the most, and that is our bedroom. Like, when I want to get away, relax, a lot of feedings and time in here with Athena happens. Like, our bedroom and our bathroom are the two big areas that for me, I really like to be clean and tidy and organized so that I can go and just be calm. Especially since, let's be realistic, the rest of the house, as good as it feels when it's clean, it doesn't stay clean as long. Like, my kitchen, I love having a clean kitchen. Like, that would definitely be my number 2 spot. Like, when that is good, I feel so much better. But when you're a mom of 4, you've got pets, a husband, all these things, the kitchen doesn't stay clean that long. Where I feel like our bedroom, especially when I do it right away in the morning, get it really cleaned, really organized, it will actually last, because that is just Bobby and my space, and it always feels so, so good. I do want to thank, though, Eureka for sponsoring today's video. I have worked with Eureka a lot. You guys know that. I love their brand, and I absolutely love their rapid wash. You guys see me use this machine on a regular basis. However, this is the first time I have used it since having Athena. If you didn't know, I had Athena now 3 weeks ago, and it was via C-section. So one of the things you want to avoid in the very beginning is things like vacuuming. So it felt nice to finally bring this out and give the house a really good cleaning. The nice thing about this one, though, is it is so easy to use with it self-propelled and it being so lightweight. It works great for all the dog hair in our house, and let's be honest, human hair. I have a lot of hair that goes everywhere, and then you got Freya and everyone else. And the anti-entanglement brush comb on here always works so well. It's these little combs you can see right here that prevents it from wrapping around the actual brush roller. And as you can see, it works great on edge-to-edge cleaning, dry or wet messes. And I like that it's just all in one, especially right now. Like, I need simple, easy, quick cleaning processes because life is crazy and I can't, like, I don't have the time to do multiple steps. So being able to pull this out, sweep, it does the, well, not sweeping. Well, some people call vacuuming sweeping, but it does the vacuuming, it does the mopping, it does everything in one. And I know my floors are always so clean after this. Feels so good. You guys know me. I love being barefoot in my house or anywhere. I hate wearing shoes. So having the floors really, really clean is really important to me. And the Eureka Rapid Wash always does such a great job. And then, of course, it does have its self-cleaning option with the self-drying, which is amazing because this machine, other machines I have had, if you didn't make sure to wash it really well and change the roller on a regular basis, it kind of got a smell to it. Now, you still want to empty, obviously, the dirty water tank. I think that is a given. But because it has the self-clean and self-dry, it doesn't get that same mildewy smell if you don't get to deep cleaning it as often as you may like. So yeah, one of my favorite cleaning tools ever. If you've been considering a wet dry vacuum, and we all know there's a million on the market and you're not quite sure which one to look at, I highly recommend checking out the Eureka. And right now is a great time because they have graciously offered you guys a discount for today's video. So make sure to check out my link in the description below and check out the Eureka Rapid Wash for yourself. Now I'm moving on to my ceiling fan. Ceiling fans in my house get so dirty, and I swear part of it is because I just don't clean them enough. I always had ceiling fans running. Like, I love the feeling of air moving in our house. We have pretty much a ceiling fan in every single room, and they're always on. And when they're on, you just don't notice how dirty they get. But man, every time I turn them off, I'm always so disgusted. And I do clean them. You guys see me do it. But I swear it feels like in a month, it's like a year's worth of dirt that builds up. And I know it's just because of the kids, the dogs, all of that. It just builds up over time. And I actually had someone tell me the other day that bedrooms are actually worse because of all the fabrics and soft materials in your bedroom, which actually makes a lot of sense. So yeah, needless to say, the ceiling fan desperately needed it, but that is also why I love using the pillowcase method when I clean my ceiling fans, just to get that initial layer of dust and dirt off. I'll spray them and then use the pillowcase. It catches all that instead of having it fall all over the floor, in the bed, and things like that. It just makes life so much easier.
Read my eyes, do I want to stay? If you thought you weren't made that way, it's the choices we make. We give and take, and I know you will keep trying.
So I often get asked, and I forget because I always feel like I'm just hanging out with friends here, and I forget that this may be your first time to my channel and you may not know what I am using. So when I am doing my cleaning, most of the time I'm using a multi-purpose cleaner. That way I can go from spot to spot. Today I am using the Melaleuca Tough and Tender in my spray bottle, but I do also love Pine Sol and Thieves Cleaner. So if you ever see this glass bottle, that's what's going to be in it because I refill it. I got this glass bottle years ago on Grove Collaborative. However, I know you can get these pretty much anywhere nowadays. Amazon. I love having the glass cleaners with a concentrate because I felt like when I bought the individual bottles, I clean a lot. You guys know this. My house doesn't stay clean for long just because there's a lot going on. So I like using a concentrate because I can keep that on hand and I'm almost never running out. It's just a lot easier to keep track of it and just refill these bottles. So I highly recommend checking out Amazon. I think I've also seen them at Target. Like I said, I got mine from the Grove Collaborative years ago, and I just refill it with one of those 3 cleaners, and I will just go around wiping everything down. I am then also, when you see me cleaning anything glass, it's going to be one of 2 items: my spray away, which I absolutely love, or the Melaleuca glass cleaner from the wellness store. That's a newer one that I've been using, but I really like it. But you can see this is all the dust and dirt that has collected just over the past couple of weeks, because y'all know I stay on top of this stuff usually, but the past couple of weeks it's been more of tidying than actually cleaning the house. So it did feel really good to get in here and dust everything really good, wipe everything down really well. And then this bed, it's crazy how much hair from the animals collects on this headboard. Luckily, because of the texture and fabric and the color of it, you don't really see it, but you can see on one side, I think I ended up using 3 of the sticky things to get all the hair and dust and everything off of it. If you have an upholstered headboard, I highly recommend getting a lint roller. It is so much easier than the vacuum or anything, and I feel like it does a better job. And actually, the lint roller was a recommendation from one of you guys a while back, and it works so well. I use it on lampshades. You can see, like I said, on my bed. Pillows, I have velvet type pillows in our family room, and you'll actually see that later. Yeah, just look at these. Oh, that's all dust and dog hair that just collects over time. But yeah, lint roller is great if you have animals. I also noticed on this day, so I straightened my hair. I don't do that often, but my hair was just kind of out of control. So on this day, I straightened my hair. My straightener was so sticky. I know it's just like buildup of hair products over the years that I knew I couldn't put it away without like really cleaning it off. I actually still need to do an even better cleaning on it, but I need to figure out a good cleaner for it because I just felt like the multi-purpose spray wasn't doing as good of a job as I would hope. So I got it as good as possible for this day and then ended up putting it away. But yeah, it was gunky, like so dirty, and I don't know like what it's from. Like I said, you guys know me, I am very simple. I love doing hair and makeup when I have a reason to do it, and some days I just feel like it, but 99% of the time you're not gonna catch me with my hair done and my makeup done other than maybe mascara and a tinted moisturizer. So I hadn't pulled this thing out in a while, and I did not realize how gunky it was. If you have a recommendation for cleaning your hair tools, let me know. Like I said, I think this is just a buildup of hair care products, and it just had gotten to a point where it's overwhelming. But it is like real tacky and sticky. So I will take any recommendations you guys have.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance.
Also, hopefully any of you guys that were in the path of the hurricane got through that okay. We are very lucky, and we are not on the Gulf side. So us being on the other side, not too crazy. Did have schools closed on Thursday though, which the kids were just excited about. I'm just glad it didn't affect Bjorn's birthday on Wednesday, because we always try to make their birthdays really special for them, especially since I don't know why, but we seem to have babies all at the same time in our house. Literally between August 24th, which is Freya's birthday, to September 25th, which is Bjorn's birthday, is all the kids' birthdays. We now have August 24th, September 8th is Athena now, Xander's September 21st, and then Bjorn is September 25th. So, yeah, it always seems to fall that way. I have tried to spread out birthdays. If you've followed me for a while, you know we've had some infertility issues over the years. And trust me, we have tried to spread out these birthdays. It just seems like the ones that always stuck were our August and September birthdays. Actually, funny enough, all the kids were born a month earlier. Well, not a full month, but earlier than we were supposed to. So actually, Xander, Bjorn, and Athena were all supposed to be born in October and all have September birthdays. And Freya was supposed to be born in September and has a August birthday. So, yeah, when they say you can't plan pregnancies and stuff, they are 100% right, because, yeah, I definitely tried to spread out birthdays, and they are all together. But with that, we try to, like I said, make their birthday, the actual day of their birthday, super special. The boys have gotten older, so this year, I asked them, like, do you want birthday presents? Like, I'll wrap them, you can open them, like this big thing at home. Because when they're little, they love that. They love opening gifts. I'm like, or do you want to go out with mom or dad? You pick, go shopping, and just have like a little fun day. And then they always get to pick their birthday dinner. If it's something they want made, or if they want to go out to eat, it's always their choice. So Xander, on his birthday, picked Sushi King, which is a really good sushi place here. We only go once a year, and it's usually either Bjorn or Xander's birthday because they sometimes trade off of who wants to go where. But it's an all-you-can-eat, but not a buffet. So it's so good. And then Bjorn this year picked Texas Roadhouse, which is funny because they always will talk to each other, Xander and Bjorn, and be like, okay, what are you picking? What are you picking? Because they don't want to pick the same thing, but they do have their favorites. So they both love Sushi King. They both love Texas Roadhouse. So they figured it out that Xander picked Sushi King, Bjorn picked Texas Roadhouse. That way they got both. But yeah, we always make their birthdays really, really special. So I was glad that at least the hurricane held off one day for us. So that we could still have the big special day with Bjorn and make his birthday extra fun for him.
Yeah. I don't wanna be the girl, but I kinda need a word. Well, I'm into you. And all I know, it's been a long time. I was on the sideline waiting for you. We could go to California or anywhere you wanna. As long as I'm with you, I'm alright. And we don't need the drama. We find our own nirvana. So run away with me tonight. 'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you. And
Absolutely love using this mop to clean the windows. It works so well, and especially if you have any ailments. So I started using this a lot when I was pregnant, just because things like cleaning windows and getting on things got more and more difficult. And still right now with healing from a major surgery, this is just makes life, one, it's quicker. Two, it's just a lot easier. I will say though, this is why I always tell people, like, I don't want this to be a channel of judgment in any type of way. I always feel bad when I see people that are posting videos trying to better their life and trying to do better at keeping their house clean and all the hate that comes on it. Because I have to say, and you guys know me, like, I am someone that I have routines, and I've spent years like decluttering and organizing to make cleaning my house a lot easier. It doesn't come naturally for me. It is something that I've had to like perfect over the years. And I now feel like I'm in a really good spot. So even after everything that's gone on the past couple of weeks, it's still fairly easy for me to go around and do a deep clean like this and get the house back in order. But even for me, like, it doesn't take long for things to get out of control. And that's why I always tell people, never judge someone based off of their house, because you just don't understand what they're going through. And one thing like to really keep in mind is I try and show you guys up close the dirt and stuff, because I know videos do not do it justice. I know often people are like, feel like I'm cleaning a clean house, and it's purely just like the camera angles not showing the dirt. So I do try and show you guys like the up close and personal, but things can get out of control, like I said, so quickly. So if you are in a situation where if you deal with physical ailments, mental ailments, like, I'm sorry, I am 100% a believer that mental ailments can be just as detrimental as physical ailments, and you are feeling judged in any way, let me be the one to tell you, like, it is okay. It is okay that it's a little bit difficult, and to let you know that it is possible to figure out those routines and everything to make your life easier, but do not let yourself feel judged if it's by other people or by yourself, because let's be honest, we can sometimes be our own worst enemies when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I've definitely noticed over the past couple of weeks, between the week before having Athena, my blood pressure being absolutely insane and me spending all that time in the hospital. After having her, my blood pressure was still crazy. And then obviously healing from major abdominal surgery, like, it doesn't take a lot for things to get out of control. And I think one thing that people often forget is cleaning a clean house is easy. Like, when you have the routines in and you've already decluttered and organized and it's not chaotic, it's a lot easier to keep a clean house clean. But when you get in those situations where maybe mentally you've had a breakdown for whatever reason, once again, no judgment here, because I get depression and anxiety probably way better than a lot of people. Bobby and I have always been really open about those conversations on our channel. Or physical ailments or something, and the house has gotten out of control. That often is another hurdle you have to get over, because when the house is out of control, it's really easy to just be like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even want to start. So don't let anyone ever judge you for that. That is why I'm always preaching progress over perfection on this channel, because even if you do just a little bit today, it is better than nothing at all, and it will, over time, get easier. I promise you that. It does get easier. Do not let other people online or family members, friends, or yourself be your own worst enemy. If you are trying, I am proud of you, because just getting started is often the hardest part of anything.
Here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
I have also had a ton of people asking about our Halloween decorations, so hopefully we can start working on them soon. Unfortunately, between the hurricane and then also we have a drain that's like on the easement of our house, and we noticed a couple weeks ago that there was like a hole starting to form next to it, so we had to call the city out, and it has gotten way worse. So the city is trying to figure out if the city needs to take care of it, if the county has to take care of it, because it sounds like what they're going to need to do is dig out the drain, because it sounds like it's probably cracked. It was put in like 50 years ago, and they put in a metal pipe or something like that. They explained. I don't remember exactly, but we live near the ocean, so all of our ground is salt, sand, like not great for metal, especially over 50 years. So with that, they may just be able to fix the area by the drain, but it also may turn into them actually tearing out the whole front of our house, because if you know our front yard, we have that big beautiful tree in the front yard. Well, basically from that tree back is our property. From that tree forward, which is a fairly large chunk of our yard, is technically city easement. and they may be having to tear out everything, including the end of our driveway, all of that, to replace the entire pipe. So we are still waiting on that. But needless to say, it makes it kind of difficult to decorate when half of our yard may be getting torn up by the city or the county. So yeah, talking to Bobby, I'm like, maybe this year we just plan on only decorating behind the tree. Like normally we like to go the entire yard. But knowing that that has to be done, we may just do closer to the house. But we knew we had to wait till after the storm just because we don't want to put stuff out and then have a hurricane destroy all of our decorations and stuff. So that will be coming, but it's definitely a little bit later than we normally would like. Normally we would like to have this up by now, the first week of October. We normally want everything all decorated and ready for Halloween, but it may take a little bit longer. This is always a hard time of year, though, because this is peak hurricane season, so we have to be very cautious of weather and everything. It takes way too much time and money that has been invested over years and years and years of collecting these decorations to have it destroyed by a hurricane. So, as you can see, though, by outfit change, we are on a whole new day. This day, my goal was to clean the main living area. So I was like, okay, if I could get just the kitchen, the family room, dining room all cleaned up, that I would be happy. Like I said, this is something that took me 3 days, because when you guys are watching these videos, it often looks like I'm just go, go, go. But I am taking lots of breaks in between. And usually they're like 30 minutes to an hour at least, because it's feeding little Miss Athena, and with her being preemie, she still takes a little bit longer to nurse. I remember with the other kids, like often, like when they nursed, it was like 15-20 minutes they were done, but with her being premature, it's a little bit longer for her, and she is really good at falling asleep during the process of feeding. So yes, it looks like I'm go, go, go here, but there's definitely a lot of breaks being taken in between and whatnot. Also, I promise these chairs are super light, like super light. I know it may look bad that I am lifting them up, but they are really, really light. I am still very much listening to my body and not over lifting anything at all, but I do like to lift these up. That way I can get under them and clean them all really, really well and just make sure everything is nice and in order. Oh, I've also had a lot of people ask how Minnie is doing with Athena. So Minnie is so sweet with her. She's always very curious, but very gentle. And I was like curious how she would react also, because she is like a baby and is attached to me at all times. You guys know Minnie is like, she's my little shadow, but she has been so sweet. Like if she sees the baby, she'll come and lay next to me, but she knows like to be very gentle and lay next to me. She knows not to like get her crazy zoomy playtime when the baby's around. Bailey's the one that's a little butt. Bailey has always been one that he does not like change. When Bobby went to Wisconsin for that like week and a half with the boys, Bailey was being sassy, mainly like marking and stuff, which, let's be real, they're animals. When you have animals, you understand. And when I was in the hospital, he didn't like that either, that I was gone and not home. And I guess Bobby said he was being sassy then also. And when Athena first came home, we had to deal with some marking issues as well. He has gotten over that, but he does not like change. He is the sweetest boy ever, but man, you change his routine or what he thinks is normal, and he just throws a little like temper tantrum. And yeah, does not like it. So he's really good with her, but it's more like I want nothing to do with her, so he just doesn't come near her at all. He actually did the exact same thing with Freya, which I always found funny, because when we got him, Bjorn was still very little, and those two were like attached at the hip. They were like best friends, still are, and he was so good with Bjorn with being so little, but ever since then, like new babies, he's like, nope, don't like change, don't like this, and just goes through his little temper tantrum, then gets over it, and then he's fine again. Oh, for cleaning these cabinets, once again, I am using a mop. This is the O-Cedar Spin Mop, though. I like it on the cabinets because I feel like it gets around like the handles and everything better. And then I am using, this is a high concentrate, like heavy duty cleaner that I put in this mop bucket. It smells so good. It's also from Melaleuca, the wellness store. And just going around and giving everything a good wipe down. There's definitely needed a good, mainly the bottom cabinets, but the top cabinets, I'm like, might as well. And once again, using a mop, there are times that I still like to go in with a rag and do it by hand. I kind of look at it the same as like if you're mopping your floors, like mopping is good, but if you want to like really make sure all the corners and edges are cleaned well, the best way to do it is still on your hands and knees. But let's be honest, we're not doing that on a regular basis. I look at that the same as these cabinets. This does a really good job, but every once in a while, it's still good to go in there just with a rag and your cleaning spray and do it by hand. But for like regular basis cleaning and keeping on top of it, and you guys know I always say this, things you don't love cleaning, if you do them more often, they are so much easier to do. Cabinets being one of them. So if I can go around and do this, which doesn't take me that long, more often, then when I do go in with just a rag and a spray, it's actually so much easier and so much faster, and I don't dread it as much. Because there's nothing worse than having a deep cleaning project that you are dreading, because then you just put it off longer and longer and longer. And honestly, even if you never grab out a rag and spray bottle, but you do it this way, once again, it's progress over perfection, and doing this is better than doing nothing. So definitely worth using a mop to make your life easier for whatever reason. You may not have any ailments and just want something quick and easy, and this is definitely the way to do it. Makes life so much easier.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
Another great thing to do when you want to get a lot done and it feels a little overwhelming is give yourself time frames to relax and time frames to clean. So if you need to clean your kitchen, set a timer for 30 minutes. For the most part, if you set a timer for 30 minutes, you can pretty much get like any room in your house clean once you have a routine. But even if you don't have a routine, even if like a room is like a complete disaster, it's amazing how much you can get done in 30 minutes when you've set a timer. You know, like, okay, don't let anything distract you. You have just 30 minutes to purely focus on cleaning. You can get so much done. It's amazing how much you can get done compared to giving yourself like an actual project. Like, oh, I'm just going to clean my closet or my bedroom or my kitchen or something like that. I feel like mentally it's kind of a mind game. Like if I have a timer set, I'm less likely to get distracted by what's on the TV or my phone going off or something like that, because I'm like, it's just 30 minutes. Anything that's happening, I can go check in 30 minutes and it's not the end of the world. So I love setting timers, and then also giving me like the freedom of, okay, I'm going to go sit watch one episode of whatever show. Bobby and I were just watching The Lioness. Oh, such a good show. He has already seen the first season, and I guess season 2 is coming out, so he told me I have to watch it. Oh, so good. So good. But I watched The Lioness on, Paramount Plus it's under an hour. It's like 42 minutes. And then I give myself the permission to sit and relax, cuddle little Athena, feed her, do whatever needs to get done, and then go work on the next project. I feel like that is one way to really allow yourself to get stuff done, but also giving yourself permission to take a break. Because, let's be honest, no one wants to clean all day. At least I don't. I definitely am someone that I need to be able to give myself permission to relax, but also be strict about, okay, I'm going to take this show and take a break, but then I will get back to it. Because if I don't do it that way, it's really easy for me to lose track of time and sit there on the couch for 3 hours. Or get distracted doing something else. So being able to say, okay, set a 30-minute timer to get this task done, and then permission to go sit down, watch my show, and then finish what I have going on throughout the house. That, at least for me, works the best. Obviously, we are all a little bit different. So what works for me may not work for you, but I feel like it's worth giving it a try. Oh, I did want to give you guys a close-up of the sliding glass door, and it still doesn't show on camera as dirty as it is in real life. This door always gets so filthy. One, it's a really big door, and it doesn't have like a good handle, so when the kids open it, they like full palm it. Hands all over the glass, slide it open. The dogs lick this window, they sneeze on this window. Like, it is always absolutely filthy. It feels so good to get it cleaned, though, because I haven't cleaned this window now in 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks. So, no, okay, so it's more like 4 weeks, because if Athena's 3 weeks old, yeah, and then I wasn't doing anything cleaning-wise a week before because I was having all those blood pressure issues. So, yeah, needless to say, everything, you let it go for 3 to 4 weeks, and it just gets absolutely out of control. This is why I prepared ahead of time, though. I know I had people asking me when I was doing like freezer prep and things like that. They're like, don't you still have like a month and a half to go? I'm like, yeah, I know. But I also know I have had babies early before. Xander was actually born at 34 weeks as well. Freya was born at 37 weeks, and Bjorn was born at 38 weeks, and now Athena being born at 34 weeks. So I have learned after having kids that I like to be prepared because you never know when they're going to come out. Actually, her scheduled C-section, because we did schedule a C-section, isn't actually, the date we scheduled was August 9th. So we haven't even hit the date that would have put us at 39 weeks of our scheduled C-section with her. So, yeah. I am thankful for all that I got clean and organized and set up before she got here, because yeah, you just never know. I've also had people ask me if she is our last, and I know I've mentioned this before, but not everyone sees every post or everything I put out there. She is 100% our last baby. Actually, all the health stuff that happened was so like nerve-wracking and scary and overwhelming that it made the decision to get my tubes tied very, very easy. I was actually nervous about it because Bobby and I had talked about it. Knowing I was having a C-section, it's easy for them to do it. They're already in there. But it's very permanent. So I feel like for a woman, it can be very like overwhelming. At least for me, it was. So making that decision up until things started going down was still very difficult. But I will, like I said, once I started having those blood pressure issues and I was in the hospital away from my kids, like, I knew I never want to go through that again. And I never want to have the chance of something happening to me and not being here for my children. So we did make the decision to have my tubes tied. So Athena 100% is the last baby, because it's very unlikely for the tubes to like reconnect. But I know even Bobby's talking about, just to be 100% sure, he may go and get snipped as well, just to be safe, because that was stressful and overwhelming and scary, and both of us are like, yeah, never again. Very thankful that Athena is here and healthy and doing as wonderful as she is, but she is 110% our last baby. There's no sneaking another one in there. Oh, this is her just hanging out. She actually does pretty well with tummy time. She enjoys being on her tummy, so I try and let her lay out when I am obviously around watching her as much as possible. You can see Minnie is very curious but very gentle around her. I actually didn't allow this type of interaction with her and the dogs for at least 2 weeks, just because I wanted to make sure that they were fully aware of her and comfortable with her and realize that she's my baby, don't mess with her. Pecking order here. Oh, this is me using the lint roller on these pillows. I mentioned it earlier. These are like velvety pillows, and they're black, and 2, the velvet just collects the hair. This works so well. It takes it off super quick, super easy. Like I said, love the lint roller to just help with these quick and easy tasks around the house.
Been as cold as a bucket of ice. I've been trapped like curious mice, and I've been looking for a way out into the sparkling light. I've been a lost balloon in the blue, and like Tom free falling without a clue. I didn't know what to do until I first saw you, and now I never have to freeze under rainy clouds.
So this window area is another area. Oh, I should have done a close-up. So much dog hair and dust on this windowsill because Minnie really loves laying up here and looking out the window that it collects a lot of dog hair up here. And I get so sad when you guys can't like see it, because sometimes I remember to do close-ups and sometimes I don't, and I feel like this is an area that doesn't look dirty, and it was so filthy. I should have at least showed you guys the rag. I kick myself sometimes when I watch these videos back and I see that. I'm like, you don't even get to see how dirty it was. It's another area that just looks like I'm cleaning a clean area, and I promise I'm not. Also, the very like bottom of these windows always get really dirty, like the sliding glass door, because once again, Minnie likes to like push her nose up against it to look out the window and will like lick at the window. So getting in here and cleaning them out, and once again using this mop, because it just makes life easier. And that is what we are all about here, is having a clean home but doing it as easily as possible. Now on to day 3. Day 3 was to focus on the kid zones. Nothing too crazy. The boys' bedding needed to be stripped and cleaned, and then I just like tidied up the stuff that was on the floor. But they've been really good at just making sure their rooms stay clean and tidy. This is their responsibility. Like, I do not come in the kids' rooms on a regular basis cleaning their rooms. It is their job to like make sure their beds are made and the stuff is picked up. Now, I do often need to remind them, because it's definitely not their first choice when they get home from school or on the weekend. And then I went into Freya's room. She was still sleeping, so I had to get her up. She was not having it. She sleeps in so late, though. Don't let this fool you. I was not in here at like 8 in the morning. This was like 10 or 11 that I came in here, and she was still sleeping. She loves her sleep, and she also loves staying up late. I also have never been the one to really worry too much about the kids' like bedtime schedules when they're little. Obviously, when they get to school, totally different. The boys definitely have a bedtime just to make sure they are getting good sleep before school the next day. But when they're little, like Freya, I never stress too much about a like specific bedtime because I would prefer them to sleep in. It allows me to get stuff done in the morning. And when I hear the stories of kids getting up at like 5 in the morning every day, I'm like, I couldn't. Actually, I say that now, and now I wake up 3 times a night to feed a baby. But you know what I mean. Like those toddlers that are like wide awake at 5 a.m. I'm like, even if I'm up at 5 a.m., I want to be able to sit on the couch, drink a cup of coffee, turn on the news or a show or something, and wake up. Because even though my eyes are open, it still normally takes me like 30 minutes to actually be coherent and awake. And if I can do that without the kids being up, it is always preferred. Always preferred. So yeah, just going in, giving their rooms a quick tidy up, but the big thing was getting their bedding done. The nice thing is with their bedding, like I washed Freya's first because obviously I'm going to make her bed. She's too little to be able to put on a fitted sheet on her bed and really make her bed. But the boys, they make their own beds. Sometimes I'll go in and help them, but I don't need to make their beds for them. They definitely are getting to an age where they can do that themselves, so I can just wash it, put it in their room, and then when they got home from school, they could finish it up. And then giving their bathroom a quick wipe down. This is another area that they are responsible for keeping up with, but I still like to come in here and give it a really good cleaning because there's certain areas that they just don't even think about cleaning like I do, like wiping down the tub or cleaning the floor around the toilet and the walls around the toilet, things like that. Wiping down the counters and cleaning the toilet, things like that they're good at. But I feel like it's still important to come in here and give it like the mommy version of a really good cleaning.
You're already on my mind when it gets late. I always realize that I need you. Are you thinking about me tonight? It's no secret. All my friends already know. There's no reason to hold it back. I let it show. All my feelings. Are you thinking about me tonight? Your hands around my waist. Just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine. Baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say,
I just want to thank you guys that stick around and watch my videos from beginning to end. I appreciate you guys so much. Like, you guys that are here every single week, commenting, sharing, liking my videos. Like, I recognize your guys' names on here. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. And honestly, just these voiceovers where I feel like I'm chit-chatting with a friend compared to trying to make these super, like, scripted type voiceovers. I enjoy just sitting here and chit-chatting with you guys. And I just want you guys to know that I know I am extremely blessed to call YouTube my job because of you guys. So, like always, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, though, and you haven't subscribed and you made it this far into the video, I feel like you should subscribe and join us here. We are a great community. Love everyone on this channel. You guys are always so supportive, not only to me, but to, like, everyone in the comments. I can't tell you how many times people have commented about ailments they're going through or exciting things that they're going through. And this community is here commenting, congratulating, praying for people. Like, such a great community. So if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe and join this community with us as well. Also, do not forget to check out my links in the description below. If you forgot, The Eureka, we have a discount code down there for you guys today. So if you've been considering getting a wet dry vacuum and not knowing where to start, which one to get, definitely check out my links and check out this Eureka Rapid Wash for yourself. You guys, like I said, see me use this all the time. I've had the Eureka, well, this is the second generation, so I've had it for a long time, because I had their first generation and now I have the Rapid Wash, and I love the Eurekas. It's a great price. It's a product that actually works really well, so highly recommend it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye.